Hi friends, it's Sunday, July 20th, 2014. Lynn and Jamie here in the Metro D.C. area, continuing our 7-month assignment. Our short-term assignment is to work with the cells of the biosphere, to work at the cellular level, to trigger the awakening at the cellular level, so that beings who wish at the organism level to awaken will at least not have to fight the tide of the cellular horizontal configuration that currently exists. We're starting to work with the cells to turn the tide right now from a horizontal channels out configuration, which this biosphere has always had, to a channels up vertical configuration to trigger the awakening. Now we begin. Right now we'll just walk it in our minds, but intending to go down, 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 seeing it like a big spiral staircase that goes around a rotunda, but going down, 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 down. Deeper, deeper. This is how we're getting into the tunnels to do our work, as we're spiraling down, not just dropping down, but spiraling down, pumping up the vortex as we go. And every time I pass a certain side, I see like a doorway that looks like an exit door, but it exits into the interior of the vortex. I keep going deeper, and that door is still there. Like every time I circle around, that same door is there, so I think we're supposed to take that door, right? I think we can pretty much take that as the working theory. It looks like a very old-fashioned door. It's wooden, looks like a door you'd find in a medieval castle. So are you aware of that door?
I see the medieval door, and it also to me has like a red exit sign over it.
Oh, huh. I see the exit sign now that you mention it. I didn't notice that before. That's pretty
big medieval door with like a current day.
Yeah, like it looks like you'd see in a theater.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll just go through it. And we seem to have exited, let me just babble through it. Normal reality, normal reality.
Feels kind of like the rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. And now we come to where time is infinitely flexible, everything is possible. And I see people stretching themselves in impossible ways, just like showing us, look what you can do. And these are, this is just about the elasticity of space-time and about reality, about how truly everything is possible. Everything is possible, and so to just be in this space as much as possible, the space of infinite possibility.
Well, so our goal is to get all beings living in this space where everything is possible.
Well, let's first get ourselves there, right?
Right.
Right, absolutely. This is the goal. This is the goal, is to step outside of normal time and space and into that which is beyond space and time, the fifth dimension, living in the fifth dimension. So we can now start with the cells, because at the level of the organism, no one wants to do this, because because this requires checking the ego at the door, right?
Right.
We can go back out into the stairwell and examine that door real closely, the door that we went through, and look how there's like a space right next to it where you have to check your ego.
Right.
Right? Check your ego here, right?
Right.
So we can do that, checking our egos. And then sliding on in through the mail slot or something. It's like you don't even have to open the door, you just go through the keyhole, basically, if you check your ego, right?
Right.
Whoosh. And now we're in the space of ultimate plasticity and possibility, and here we can start to call for all the cells who wish to join us. All the cells who wish to join us. Everybody can check their ego at the door and slide through that same keyhole, right?
Right.
And here in the higher dimensions, it's really easy to get to the future. It's really easy to just shoot forward into the future. Are you up in the higher dimensions? You see that, like, I don't know what to call it,
It's like
chute
a
pathway.
slingshot.
Yeah, and now dropping down into the physical dimension in 4,000 years from now, where it's all very well understood how cellular functioning can be improved, or and everybody's, not everybody, but all these people around here are operating at a new level.
Right.
And we just kind of walk up to their higher, well, they could be future beings. I started to say higher dimension beings, but they could be future beings who will offer to start changing the settings for us if we wish. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Yes, please. And we bring with us all the cells, single-celled organisms, and each cell considers itself an organism, right? So bringing all the single-celled organisms, we're bringing all the cells who wish to also be upgraded. So we'll just all lay all our cells down, opening up the interior, and it's like opening up to a sun lamp. It's going to bake out all this stuff that's our silly resistances and our silly arguments and all the silly things that we do, that block this process. And we just let ourselves be stretched. Now I feel like I'm just being stretched lots and lots of different ways. Like I was around cell before, and now I'm unzipped so that I'm flat. And now they're stretching the flat thing to make a drum, all the cells who wish. And a lot of them are hopping up and going, wait, no, I didn't realize, and they're running out, and that's totally fine, free will. They didn't want to be transformed into something unrecognizable, you see? Mm-hmm. But this was a space they showed us right at the start. This is a space where everything is stretching. Infinite possibility means to change into something unrecognizable, right?
Right.
If we want to retain our recognizability, then we don't really want to stretch, do we?
Right.
We don't really want to enter a space of ultimate possibility. We want just things to stay the same. Everyone wants the path to awakening to be quick and easy, right?
Right.
Are we likely to be any different?
No.
No. Does it make any sense that the path to awakening would be quick or easy?
No.
No. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And so we can see how, with the assignment to get the channels up, the vertical alignment at the cellular level for the biosphere, while offering this body-mind as a barometer of success, we see how that could be infinitely useful, right?
Right.
Could be a very effective way to go about it, right? Drawing the channels up for ourselves and for all the cells, just with our own do-it-yourself efforts first, to give the universe something to match. Just trying to draw the channels up. And again, it's like the channels are just baked in the mud. It's like hard, or mud, like the mud, kind of like the mud that we're sitting on. It's not hard baked. It's slightly damp, but the channels that are stuck in it are good and stuck, right? And so to intend to draw those up, getting the vortex going, let's ask for a little bit of living waters to flow. Asking for living waters to flow so that we can get something going here. And we start to liquefy this clay. And get it going right up through the spine, and right up through our own channels, like blasting our own channels clear with this clay stuff, just blasting them clear, sustaining the merge, holding our own channels up, blasting them clear. Now, right now, we can call for our future self, our ultimate future self, whatever that means. To come help us right now get these channels up right now, not just in this moment, but in the past. Not just right now, but in the past, at least yesterday, at least last week, at least last month. Whoa. At least last year. Whew. Now, 2 years ago, there were a lot of things that we didn't want to acknowledge as true. All of us, like for all of us who are here as party to this. 2 years ago, there were a lot of things we weren't ready to accept as truth. Yes? Does that feel true to you?
Yeah.
And so now this means channels up 2 years ago, accepting the truth of what was going on then. And we see how all of us were definitely falling into wishful thinking right and left, right?
Right.
Just like big pits of wishful thinking on either side of a very thin, narrow tightrope, right?
Right.
The tightrope of truth, right?
Right.
Pits of wishful thinking all around. Deepening the merge with all the cells, So the cells themselves engaging in this kind of behavior, right?
Right.
Wishful thinking. There we go. Instead, we wish to walk the tightrope of truth. Wow! We wish to walk the tightrope of truth. Channels up, channels up. If 2 years ago we were walking the tightrope of truth, and we continued to walk it, not jumping off, right?
Right.
We would be in much better shape right now, right? Light at the back, river of fire at the back, burning our old life. Goodbye, old life. It's burning anyway, right?
Right.
It's burning anyway. A year from now, will this society be around? No. Feel on the timeline. 9 months from now, will this society be around?
No.
6 months from now, will this society be around?
It's a long shot.
I feel like it's my fingers graze the edge of something.
Right.
You know, like a road. What it looks like is a road that there's been a disaster occur. Like the road has fallen away,
right,
crumbled, and it's like the very edge of the road. And before that, it's in pretty bad shape. And I can look backwards on the road back to where we are right now, and here the road still looks fine.
Right.
Many people come to this moment where it feels like moving forward is impossible, and moving backward is a miserable, slow death. Over and over the guides say, congratulations, you're at the powerful point of choice. This is the moment where the choice is all that's needed. Now, make the courageous choice and move forward. It begins with truth, right?
Right.
If we aren't able to tell what's true, we're just lost at the starting gate, aren't we?
Right.
So, let's see if 5,000 years ago we can get all of our cells to walk a tightrope of truth at the cellular level. If we've been practicing this for 5,000 years, it's easier to do it today. It doesn't scare us as much, right?
Right.
It's always been a channels out biosphere. To put the channels out means leaving the known, right?
Right.
We aren't going to do it that way anymore.
Right.
We're going to get our channels up. We're going to do it entirely differently. We're going to be entirely differently. We're going to live entirely differently. We're letting go of the known. All the cells of the biosphere. All the cells, channels up, channels up, channels up, walking the tightrope of truth for 5,000 years now. All these cells who are willing, all these cells who are willing, and all their precursors, 5,000 years, walking the tightrope of truth.